So this is the Razer Kishi V3 Pro. I have this connected to the Redmagic Astra, which is a new gaming tablet that is phenomenal. I love this thing. I've done a whole video on this already. Now, the cool thing about this controller is that it can fit these smaller tablets as well as larger tablets, and you can also connect it to your phone. It's fully compatible with Android and iOS. Well, I shouldn't say fully compatible. The haptics don't work on iOS, but they work perfectly here on Android. And the haptics they're outstanding. It's Razer's Sensa technology. Okay, what I'm doing here is streaming directly to my PC. My PC is hardwired to my network, whereas this is completely wireless. Now, this wire you're seeing is a fast charging pass-through. You plug it into the controller, which is plugged into your USB-C, and you can still charge your tablet while you're using it. But of course, since this is streaming and not native rendering of a game, the battery still lasts a very long time. So you don't have to worry too much if you're just around your house about playing remote play games. All right, now on the PC side, you do have to download Razer Cortex, and then on the handheld side, you download an app called Razer Nexus. And then you're off to the races. It's very easy to set up. I didn't have any issues, and I've done a video on this already that I'll link in the description so you can get a little more detail about how it works. What I wanted to show you is that game streaming works remarkably well on this, and the controller, I've already covered the controller before, but putting it all together is a new concept, a new video. And one of the things I'll show you is just how well it all works. There's no lag or anything like that in my network situation. But there's one other thing that I really wanted to point out. There aren't a lot of cases and such available right now for the Redmagic Astra. I did manage on the very first day of August when they released it to order their standard case. Their standard case adds a bit of thickness, but that didn't change up anything I had to do on the controller side. There's different bumpers and things that you can install here, but it worked perfectly fine for me without any issue. The other thing to mention is that the USB-C port on the Redmagic Astra is not in the center. It's up here in like the upper third. So that's why everything looks, it's not centered, right? Your controller is either going to be up here or down here, depending on the orientation in which you plug it in. And there's really it doesn't matter which way you do it. I just figured since the cable is down here, I would connect it up top. Okay, that's it. Let's take a look at some games. So here's the new Heretic and Hexen release. This is a good one to demonstrate because it's a fast-paced game. I'm gonna do my best here, I promise, to make this look with as little glare as possible. And I'll just play a little bit because it's hard to play these games, from the top down with the camera and all that. I should also mention all three of my kids right now are playing Roblox on their iPads. And we also have a friend over. My kids have a friend over that's also playing Roblox. So my network, should be as congested as possible in a real setup, Like this is reality. On a weekend, I'll play some games, they're playing games. This is how it is. And this is so smooth. No issues whatsoever. I forgot there's no jumping. All right, I think that's sufficient. Now, if I go back to the desktop, if it wasn't clear earlier, this is full access to my computer. I can do this from anywhere on my network. I'm sure if I set up port forwarding, I can get it to work that way too. I'm just not gonna bother to do that. I've got handheld PCs for that. Okay, so you have two different ways that you can stream. You can either match your desktop resolution and refresh rate, or you can just basically turn off your monitor and your speakers and run everything through here, which is what I chose to do. And that pops up every time you initiate a stream. To initiate the stream, as I've done in my other videos, I've demonstrated it there. Basically, you just select the PC you want to stream from, and then you get a 4-digit PIN. You go over to that PC, type in the PIN, and you're off and running. So you do have to have physical access to both. So I guess the port forwarding idea doesn't work. All right, so that's it. I hope you found it helpful. Catch you in the next one. Cheers.